Here we go. Hi, I'm Christopher Runsman. Welcome to One Page Story Extravaganza. If you have a story idea you'd like to suggest, please put it in the chat or the comments. You can feel free to put it on the comments section in any of my social media or any of my posts at all. I do a one-page story from these ideas or ideas that are flown through my own noggin every single day, and I post them online. If you want to see the original art, it's on my Patreon. The link's down below for that and all of the other social media outlets. Joining the community, have fun, subscribe to things, put the notifications on, all that jazz. But take part, have fun, watch for your suggestion to be made into a story, inspire others maybe with your idea, or, I don't know, be inspired to make some of your own. Either way, it's a lot of fun. Hope to see you soon. Okay, hi, how are you? So I'm going through the book of tricks, and I'm looking for, now Teresa, Lily, I'm going to say Lily, has made a suggestion of a mischievous cat who stole a hot dog. But I'm pretty sure that there was another one from Teresa of a cat that, it's a flat earth one. And her funny flat earth one is that the cat keeps knocking things off the edge of the earth. So I thought that was silly good fun. So I'm just looking for that. I thought that's what it was anyways. But we're going to find it. I promise you. We're all in this together. Okay. Welcome aboard, everybody. I hope you're having a good day. This is the page from yesterday. It is done in pencil, and then all of the colors, the gray tones, I added in digitally with just textures, just fun textures. And what that afforded me was the chance to just play, and in playing, we find all kinds of potential things that we might not necessarily have noticed in the when we're doing the illustration part. Or I tend to plan ahead on all that stuff. I tend to look at it as the idea of, where can we take this? Where can we push this story point? And so that's what was coming to mind for me when I was working on this page. I'm like, do I want to color this? What do I want to do? And you start making those considerations as you're in process. Because when you get to that finished state, you want to have something. Hi, Miriam. I just saw Miriam at her stream. It was a wonderful stream. She's making a fantastic haunted house. And if you get the chance, anybody that's tuned in today, please go and check that out at Art Curious by MNW. Say it clearly, Christopher. Okay, so today's page was That Mankind as We Are Today Did Not Evolve from Apes, suggested by Dee Dee Willingham. And this was the random one that was chosen yesterday. So yeah, this was a lot of fun to do. I really enjoyed it. Anyhow, it was because it's in pencil. I'm going to be able, according to Miriam and according to a couple of videos I've watched, I'll be able to transfer that pencil to my jelly plate and then subsequently transfer it to other papers, which is fun because, like I was talking about earlier, with exploring avenues for the finish, I can have this pencil version, but I can also do a painted version. So that's exciting. Like the plot, Miriam says. Oh, thank you. So it's just as per usual, following the flight of fancy, following whatever notion comes across your mind as you're working. And so in this case, I start with the presumption that, we haven't evolved from apes, that we may well be divinely made, but as with everything else, I got to do a little bit of a spin on the thing. And so today's spin was to turn it sideways, to sort of say, hey, let's oh, I found it. I found the suggestion. Okay, I'm very excited and happy to have finally found the suggestion. All right, it sort of allows us to take it in a different direction, and that different direction that I went in today was to make it an Adam and Eve dropped off by a spaceship story. So, but to play with it under the idea that, here he is dropping him off in his garden. Who could that guy be? Well, I'm not making any determinations on that stuff. That's for the reader to do. That's the thing. We can do whatever we like in our stories, and as long as, okay, even if, let's say this, even if we make a declarative statement to say this is point of fact, this is the way things are to be presumed in the story. This is the reality of the situation. Even if we do that, the reader is going to say, yeah, but that's subjectively because of this childhood trauma. Psychology is damaged, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. You can invest as much as you want in making specific determinative statements and determined statements. Thank you, geez Louise. And somebody's still going to look at it from their own perspective. So that's fine. Just do your stories and don't worry about that stuff. But if you can, afford yourself the opportunity to leave it open-ended. You've made suggestions that the guy in the robe could very well be Morgan Freeman, God, or the guy and the gal that are left down on the planet could very well be Adam and Eve. But we don't say that that's the case, and we don't, that's for the reader. It could just be a fun sci-fi story where a single man and a single woman dropped on a planet to take care of it. We don't even know if it's a planet. Anyhow, it doesn't, there you go. That's my point. So I've put up in the chat, and I'll put it on the screen. This is today's suggestion. Cats rule the world. Oh, I wrote showing. I meant shoving. By shoving everything off the edge of the flat world. So that's our suggestion for today. And then I'll put down the person suggestion made by Teresa Millie. Okay, so there's our suggestion for today. And cats rule the world by shoving everything off the edge of the flat earth. Now, I'm going to switch up cameras to our overhead. There we go. Now, I've got a piece of paper here that, see, there it is. She took her suggestion and said, what if the world were flat? And then she took it further by saying cats would rule the world by shoving everything off. That's fun. Now, I've got these sheets of paper. They come in a block. And the block is a rainbow arc and seal. I don't know how you say it, but it doesn't matter. It's they're available at the Wall of Marks, and what these are, color block, is all kinds of sheets of paper in different colors, and all of them having different, modeled paint colors here, and that's really kind of fun and exciting. So it automatically gives a sort of subsurface to whatever image you're putting on top. All right, before we get into that, and I'm going to draw today's page on this. So before we get into this, though, a couple books to show you. I got a fun little theme for today. Now, there's a couple of television series that are really pushing some boundaries with animation. One is Love, Death, and Robots. Love that cover image. I've done a doodle of it. Love, Death, and Robots is a television series where it's a number of different animation styles and a number of different story types. And the beautiful thing about that is it lets these individual, like you can see some of the examples here of, one second please, some of the examples here of the different story types that they're doing. Now, the beauty of it is that it lets each of these studios and each of these independent stories and styles tell the stories in their own way. And there's a beauty to that. There's an absolute loveliness to that. So I'm a big fan of this series. They've done at least 2 seasons, at least 2. But if you get a chance, it's on Netflix. I think it's still on Netflix. And there's such a wealth. I mean, one of them is just about, is this it? Giant dead guy arrives on the beach. That's it, just a giant body washes up on the shore, and all these little people going, oh, what the heck's the deal here? And they start to figure out what they can do with it. So, I mean, just the most random of ideas. Here's a scary monster in the room story. You've got a Lovecraftian thing. There's your crazy sci-fi city. Like, it's just this, and then there's cartoony styles and fun animatic styles. It's just, there's so many things in this that it's a wealth. The many deaths of Adolf Hitler is a funny one too. It's just over and over again. It's about time travel and somebody trying to go back in time and kill Hitler. Now that causes calamity. So just, if you get a chance, check out Love, Death, and Robots. Okay, I'm a big fan of that. But if you get a chance, pick up this book. ISBN 978-178-909-864-8. Now, in the same theme, variation on a phone, I've got this. This is The Art of Star Wars Visions. Same thing. The difference here is a number of studios have been contacted by the all-power conglomerate that starts with a D, and allowed each of these studios to do their own interpretations of Star Wars. And so the beautiful thing about this is the wild variations of stories that they come up with, and all kinds of different styles, and all kinds of different finishes and approaches, and incorporating elements that already exist in that pantheonic world, but at the same time adding all kinds of additional ones. And you've got like Anime Bunny, and then the next piece is this very hard-edged, art house realistic story of the Eldar. I just, the wealth of materials that, here's another different anime form. The amount of different approaches that they have is so great and so fantastic that it's a joy to watch. Because if you like Star Wars, that's one thing. They can only do Star Wars stories the same way for so long before they just start to become regular old hash. And in this case, they're really pushing the envelope in a bunch of different directions. ISBN 978-1506-728513. That's another great one. And just for measure's sake, this book is called The Art of the Wired, right? It's from View Media. And look at that cool piece in the middle. So what this has is interviews with each creator, and it talks about their working spaces that they work in at home and where they do their art. And it shows examples of their style. And so this is, again, another one of these books where it has such a fantastic wealth of diversity in the images. It's wonderful. It's just wonderful to see. Hey, Chris, welcome aboard. And welcome aboard to anybody else that's here as well. Okay, so these are great. They're very, very distinctly different. And again, here's another person's studio. It's just a lot of digital work. And yet at the same time, what they're producing is individual and unique to each of them in their own right. There's more of an involved studio, a lot of traditional fare to it. And this is similar to mine in that it has a traditional working areas. Hold on, I'll pull up these images. Traditional working areas and digital working area. A combination between the two. And so it shows the work that they're doing as well. It's fun to see. Look at that mixed media stuff. Wow, that's fun. It's really fun to see individuals incorporating these different approaches and style. Here's somebody's studio. Just pure little small desk of chaos. And yet they work this really fantastically messy style. And it looks messy, but it's also incredibly controlled because there's a way to do these things and its approaches. But look at that. Not a lot of working space for splattering. The artist's name is Lee Mao.
So here's another person. They've got a little model, piece of paper, and a pen and a digital tablet. That's their working area. So, there's all kinds of different styles. Kim Hyung there. Look at that. How fun is that? Crazy colors in the way they go together. So all of this stuff is, well, have a good day teaching, Chris. I'm sorry, I missed that part. All of this stuff by all these different artists, the beauty of it all is how individual each of these works are. And look at the power in that. There's a conviction in to put down this ink in such a way. Because that could really easily mess up the face. You'd probably have to draw it from the face so you don't potentially destroy that. You got this pattern area. Oh, such good stuff. And then there's some straight paint, digital paint. Good work. Anyhow, so this is that's Benjamin. That's an artist's name. So fantastic. A bunch of cool creators. ISBN. I don't know. See if I can find it for you. I got this book on sale some years ago. 0973 586 702. Okay, so that's the 3 books I wanted to show you today. And the fun thing about books like that show a bunch of different works by a bunch of different people is that it gives you, it tells you to turn left when you think you can only go right or drive straight forward. Being told that you can turn left is a fantastically liberating thing because it lets you see beyond that. It lets you see something more. Okay, here's the random piece of paper that I showed you at the start. The rainbow paper made by Color Black. You can buy this blocks at the Wall of Marts. And our story today is Cats rule the world by shoving everything off the edge of a flat world, which is a lot of fun. So, of course it's a flat world. Everybody knows that. I did a page, I had a suggested page to do before, which was a flat world as seen from the view of a fish-eyed lens. So I did the entirety about the end of the world as seen through somebody looking through the peeper hole at their crazy neighbor. You gotta take whatever that suggestion is and figure out how you yourself are going to interpret it. And nobody gets to tell you you're wrong. Look at this. Janet Warrior should be so proud. This, whatever it's called, is about, I don't know, 25 years old, maybe, at this point. I'm out of control. I gotta find new things at some point. So what I'm doing here is that I'm going to put down our flat Earth, and we'll go from there. And like any of these, so we'll start here. Now, one of the joyful little things about this surface is that, there's it's already given me part of the world just by putting the circle down because of the blue and the green, right? We don't have to add as many elements because half of them are already there. So I'm going to put in some lines below in order to suggest a rocky base or a rocky foundation that the flat Earth sits upon. Because I figured it's got to have something underneath it. It can't just be a plate. That'd be crazy. Not the rest of those factors involved in a flat Earth's existence. Okay, so we're putting underneath the flat Earth some rocky elements. I've got a bunch of pages that I've done in addition to the ones that I've posted already that I will be putting on Patreon soon. I just haven't had a chance to sit down and do that. So those of you that are Patreon supporters, you're going to be getting a number of Patreon exclusive pages again soon. So, and then the Substack stuff I'll be updating soon as well. So there's our first image. Nice and quick and easy, right? Fast and dirty. So if we want to lightly put in the shapes of the continents and continent and on the surface of this world, we can do so. Rough, simple, ha ha ha. The problem with the flat Earth theory is one and one only, above all others, and that I think that is the least talked about thing. We know for a fact that people have driven all the way across Europe, specifically right across from one side of the European continent, the European shelf is, all the way across to, the Japanese, Chinese separation of water, whatever that is, China Sea, I don't know. But how do you do that if it cuts off here and starts again over there? I guess that works. But how do you go from Russia across to North America is what I think I'm getting to. Where's that connection? Because we know it exists. Either way, whole flat Earth thing's crazy. But you get what I'm saying. My brain might be mushy. Yeah, Janet, welcome aboard. Janet says she's drawing my Stinktober journal cover today. I will have a butt on it. I'm very proud of you. Janet, butt-themed Inktober is going to be, she has dubbed Stinktober, which I think is a very fantastic name. So I'm just going to put the ink down to make it more, just to make it a little easier for you to see. So there's our flat Earth coming together now. Now there are books and stories out there, Discworld, where the idea is that the Earth is flat. And that's all fine and dandy, but they're good stories, right? Okay, so here is the start of our flat Earth, and today I am playing fast and loose. Feel loose like a long leg goose. Okay, so I'm just going to put that's dried out. I'm putting space in with Sharpies. Doing those large, there we go. Doing those large black areas in Sharpie. Not too concerned about that. Space. Now, ideally, for this to be done digitally, I would leave this space in and just do like a heavy gray tone over this area that still lets some of these colors come through. But you're never going to get the right kind of clean and crisp black doing that. So without losing those backgrounds anyway. So this time we're just going to do it traditionally and do this one. Fill in some of those details on the area below. I'm playing today. I'm simply playing. Now every day I try to go intuitively about doing these pieces, but today I'm literally just complete abandon because I've been having a pretty good and fun, productive day. I really enjoyed yesterday's page as well, by the way. The suggestion of that was a lot of fun. It let me do a lot of, fun expressive things with the pencil. And I like the opportunity to, if I'm penciling in all those details initially, I don't want to ink them again. I'm not going to do that. I think it's the most boring thing in the world. So I'll do effects like I did today. I don't know. Give me your thoughts. If you think things should be inked when somebody pencils them, let me know. Put it in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe. Ugh. I'm learning about that stuff. I'm not good at that. Self-promoting. I got nothing wrong with that. I got no problem with that. People do as they do, but I'm just not good at it. I always feel when I do it, it's hollow. Okay, so here is the rocky bit of business underneath. Now we're using the surface of the paper to do our flat earth. And then we'll come in a little bit with some white and start to carve that out. And a little bit of blue pencil to do something with it. But let's get on with the drawing part. What shall we? Yeah. You know what, actually I can do this. Why don't I just do this part now? Why don't you, Chris? Stop. Yeah. This is water. We put in the water. And made our way over to Africa already. Man, that we travel fast. We travel fast on a flat earth. There's Hudson and Georgian Bay. If you're Canadian, you know what I'm referring to. So again, this isn't one of those maps where you're like, is everything in the correct place? Don't care. It's a flat earth. So right away, no. Sometimes people don't realize it's not helpful. Okay, so here's our flat earth. Penciled in lightly for the oceans, and we'll go over this with some white clouds and things like that. Janet, I'm curious if you're still here. Have you figured out all of your subjects for the month? Your 31 prompts that you're going to work from? Or are you just literally each day going to draw something with a button? That's completely viable in my mind. Aren't both equally valid? Okay. Kurt Vonnegut. It just says Kurt Vonnegut on there randomly. Okay, so I've got some acrylic ink in the lid of the acrylic ink container, and I'm just, whoopsie, gonna do some stars. Look at the stars. Look how they shine for you. Messy hands. Here we go. Janet says, I have it. You need to do Butttober. Yeah, it's the same thing. The Earth is not flat. It has mountains. Oh, that's true. There's a million different reasons why not. I haven't pretty much figured out, depending on time availability, it may change a little bit. All right. I look forward to seeing that. October, Janet. Clean your tools. Miriam did her list today. It's called Painttober because she's doing it. Do one painter style each day on top of the prompts. I like that. I like that. That's crazy. The right kind of crazy. Creatively crazy. There we go. What are you doing, Heidi? Get over here. So I'm putting in some little bigger stars just to push the spacing on that. That's exciting. So I've got, I thought I'd come up with my 31, and then Laura was reminding me that, you know, why don't you do the regular one but add your additional things to it? So like the first one I had was magnetism, but the first one according to Inktober is dreaming or dreamer or something like that. So what am I going to do with that? So I'm either going to do both or I'm going to combine the two. That's my point. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so here is our flat Earth. It's a fun idea. There's a movie called Dark City. And in Dark City, the entire thing takes place on a flat Earth, which is a fun idea. Fun. This guy's a little better for doing this. Sorry about that. Okay. So we've got our land masses there. Let's throw some clouds down. Hopefully it's going to pick up. I think it's going to pick up. I think I keep pushing it up as soon as I put it down. But I'm going to make the clouds move the sides a little bit. Just to give the idea that they're floating above the flat Earth. And I'm going to come in after this with this pencil again. So there we go. Hopefully that's picking up there, giving it a sense of dimension to it, right? And then I'm going to come in a few minutes with the pencil once more and give a little bit of a crisper outline on continents, pulling them out from underneath the clouds. Intense. Man, that guy's quiet and intense when he's making clouds. we'll put some more little directional shapes in here in a second too. Am I missing stuff? Nope, we're doing okay. If anybody has any questions or thoughts, feel free to shout them out at me. I use the video opener now for the stream so that I try to get those pertinent things out about what we're doing and why. And I like it because it liberates me to just get working, right? Just to get down to it. Get down on it. And then just some little movement lines. Tamping those down just a little bit. Okay, so there's the clouds gathered above our flat Earth. There's the pencil. There's the pencil. Okay. So I'm just going to come back in here. Through the clouds and push those little blue lines together for the outsides of the continent, so that now you get the idea of the difference between the two. Hopefully the green picks up out of the paper so that the blue of the water can clearly stand tall a little bit there. Just going around Africa, Australia there. Doesn't have to be specific. You're really going to see it. It's a flat Earth. It's not real. Anyways. Yeah, okay. I'm just going to put a couple of little... Ooh. Is that dead? Yeah, look at it. That's why it's not real. It's a dead soldier. So I'm just putting some highlight lines and shapes on the rocky area below our flat Earth. And then we're ready to move right into our next panel. So I think I'm going to have that whole scaredy couple thing. What is it, Joe? What's happening? What's happening, Joe? I don't know, Margaret. Back in some of these details that we had down here. And there we go. We've got, so here's our flat Earth. I'll hold that up for a little closer. So there's our flat Earth. So we've established our location for our contextual narrative there. Right, so I've got this dark blue so that you can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to have a couple looking out. Can you? I hope you can see this, because I really can't. So I got to move around where I am. So I'm just looking at my little square face references there. I'm just looking at one of those just because I want to make sure I have this expression of concern on the two different people in the page and on each of their faces there. And then sleepy, sultry eyes on that one. So now I'm going to have to pull this face off the background, which is fine. We can do that. We have the technology to do this. Oops. That direction of the side of the mouth means everything. It goes up, it means happy. It goes down, it means sad or apprehension or talking. So here's our first face, and get that hair in there. So I'll put the black ink down in just a sec. Let's get him in. Trick is, how are we going to have something? I guess the question is it Earth or is the cat for this page for the suggestion of cat through the world by shoving everything off the edge, and it's a flat world. The cats have to be massive. I think rather than just knocking it off like a traditional cat, let's make a possible movie franchise out of this thing. Let's say that it's a cat with psychic powers, a cat with telekinesis, opens the cupboard doors with a thought, still has trouble opening cans. So I'm drawing our guy in now. That whole 1950s. What's happening? I have no idea, Martha. I'll be quiet. I'm trying to think. Highly misogynistic, a lot of those old shows. All right, so I've got his face coming in and out. Okay. So the idea is to put dissatisfaction and concern in your face. So that's what we're playing with today. So one of the things about working in pencil, primarily as opposed to working in other mediums, and I draw really fast in pencil. So because of that, I feel like I can really get through these pages in some degree of speed. So which is Works out pretty well because that way I can get on to the next thing for us. Talking cat. Oh, well, maybe. Yeah, that could be fun. I just like the idea of the cat not pushing everything off with its paw, but pushing everything off with its mind. So I've got his ear going in here now. So I'm going to cut here, okay? So that and call this panel to a close at this point across the front here. Just so I can fit another space in here, I'm just going to draw a nice little reveal shot of what it is that they're looking at down the alleyway. What do we do? Be quiet, Martha. It can hear you. And then I'm going to do a little shot of a kitten in an alleyway. Just kind of sitting there in the middle of the floor, middle of the alley looking at them. That sounds fun to me. How about you? One of the things I like about setting things in the past is that everybody had great hair. At least everybody in Hollywood, television and whatnot, they'd always have this highly stylized hair and apparel. Give him some spiky hair. Just trying to fit out where the top of his head is. There it is. I found the top of his head. And there's where our line is again. So, yeah, her head's a little big compared to his, but that's all right. I'll put her slightly forward. Yeah, let's put her in front of him. So we want to find these shapes in the form. Turn that neck around a little bit. Put his shoulder in here. Make sure that she's in front of him. Let's give him a nice dress shirt suit combination. Where are we at? Am I keeping up? Yep, I think we're keeping up. Thanks for everybody coming out and hanging out in the chat. You're always welcome to, talk about what you're working on, or if there's any material questions or anything like that I can answer, There must have been a lot of time dedicated to some of these old school haircuts. Okay, so there she is. Let's throw in some black line art on that. Now I gave a little bit of space right here for some text. I always try to keep in mind where are you going to put the words? Giving her a bit of collar on her shirt here. Looks like a 1950 couple. So it's rare. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. Thanks for picking up on that. Appreciate that. Which is why I've joked that the dialogue will be, "Oh, John, whatever will do." Be quiet, Martha. I'm trying to think. That whole 1950s. He knows. Of course, I'll have. When you lean into a type like that, you got to go the opposite way. You got to. She's gonna solve everything. So I'm just following some fun lines. There we go. There's some fun and interesting ways to move the eye around there. And the nice thing about these Fudenosuke pens is that they're fantastic for holding their shape, for one thing, but they're really great for the thin, thick line, the thin, thick, thin, right? Put the rest of her hair going here. I'm going to put some shapes right here like this against John's cheek, as though his face is pushing back some of her hair. There we go. Am I missing stuff? Nope, we're doing good. Okay. Feel free, anybody that's here. You haven't given us a one-page idea or whatever idea you've got. I don't know. We'll fill his hair in again as we've done before. Yeah. Okay, so here's our guy and gal coming in there. Yep. Sorry, I'm clearly off in La La Land today. When you get into that Zen state, that zone, while you're working, you do not have any track of time or anything external. That's why I check if I miss stuff X amount of times, because there's a good chance I did. There's the top of his head. So in our mind, we're going to put in that mind, we've already put in the edge of the panel. But I've just put a light line in there so that everything goes up to said line. And then the same at the bottom. So the funny thing about this is that I'm drawing blue and green on a blue and green paper. It doesn't make an awful lot of sense. Hello, Gary. Welcome aboard, sir. Okay, so there we are, pushing her hair up over her ear. Just then, try to keep it loose and don't be too worried about everything being perfect and everything can. Especially if you're just practicing or just learning the ropes of how do I write an illustrated story or whatever it is. Don't worry too much about everything being perfect. It's not going to be. Okay, so here's this couple. And I come in. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it this way instead. Which way is that, Chris? Man, I'm glad you asked. I've got this calligraphy ink. We'll call him Giorgio. And I've got brush and I've got intention. So let's this way I can control a little more and expedite the process. Getting some paint down on these two crazy kids. Not too overzealous on that ink at the first there. So this is an acrylic ink that I'm using. Is she doing a facial? Oh my goodness. Yeah, so it's getting a peel, face peel. don't know why I went back up in that spot. Trying to let some of this blue and green come through, though. That's why this silly approach to it. There we go. There, that's coming together. Man, lady. So now this will start to dry back and allow some of that blue and green to come back through again. So let's throw some details in the outfit. So, has anybody got any ideas about things that I've suggested I'm going to be doing with this page? I'd be curious to. Okay. There. A little mistake there. Whoops a daisy. The reason that I'm coming over this drawing area here with the white is to just pull it back out again. There. Giving them its blue. It's coming together. So as always, I'm curious about what everybody's working on. I know that Maureen is putting together her stuff today for what she's going to be doing for Inktober. Janet is prepping her journal for her sketchbook or whatever. I think it's a sketchbook that she's using for her Inktober and getting a cover on it. So that's cool. If anybody else is out there that wants to tell us what they're up to, they're working on, we'd all love to hear it.
Need to paint an eyelid on her. Yeah, I haven't done eyes, have I? I'll get to that. I've done her eyes at all. What am I doing? Thanks, Marion. Woman has no eyelids. And the last few days, maybe today. Oh, speaking of the devil, look out. Jim Luan's here. In the last few days, maybe today, I'm not sure. I can't keep track of time anymore. Jim posted a character page. Very exciting. Am I missing stuff? I am. Hiya, kids, says Jim. Creepy clown music playing out of tune. Sorry from that old chatty cat that today I've got a headache. Now, whenever I was a kid and I would say, Mom, I have a headache, she'd say things like, and you'll have a butt ache too if you don't clean your room. Or, if you don't stop standing in front of the television, you'll have a butt ache in a minute. These are both selections on my new Comedy Gold album called My Mama Said. I'm just going to turn that around so you can see them a little better. That's better eye. So tomorrow, for those that are here now, those that might be watching this after, tomorrow I will be doing an earlier stream. I'll be coming on at noon tomorrow, folks. I'm going to, in the words of the Cars, shake it up. So now I'm just running over again, doing those little areas that I want to beef up. Okay. Giving our porcelain skin, or whatever they called that back in the day.
Woohoo! So keep an eye out. I think Jim will be doing a new episode of Hey Man, How's Your Movie Going in the next week. And if you get a moment, give a big old cheer and You Got This to Gary Hodges and to Paul Pate, working on their next books. A little boost of energy they might need. It's a tough thing. Making a book, much less multiple books. It's not a lot of people that set out to do it. Or to do it as well as those two gentlemen have. But I've seen some stinkers in my time. Okay, so there she is, there he is. No. I might put a little bit of hey now, no, hey now. So let's see if it's. And then we'll go around that side. It's a crazy light wash. We'll put some of that in her hair, and we're on to the next panel. That's better. Am I missing anything? No, we're still doing okay. Okay. So, our suggestion for today is cats rule the world by shoving everything off the edge of that flat world. So, the first thing to introduce is our flat Earth. And our next thing to introduce is the two characters that we're following our story through. Let's call them Brad and Janet. Damn it. So I'm just putting them down here. And then we'll get onto our next panel, which is introducing the cat. Liz. Hi, Chris. First time here. Our curious Miriam suggested your stream. Looks great. Well, welcome aboard. It's great to have you here, Liz. We do this every day. And Liz, in case you just came on, I do it 2 o'clock every day. Tomorrow, I'll be doing it at noon. And now it's at Eastern Standard Time for North America when I say noon. So if people are in different parts of the world, please calculate. I'm in California, in the eastern or the western seaboard of the North America. That's 11 a.m. Shifts all around the place. So I'm just putting the little highlights in the hair. So all we've used for this is white acrylic ink, a black Fedena pen, and a blue color erase pencil on this fantastically crazy pattern paper that you can get at Walmart. or whatever similar thing you have wherever you are. I think Walmart's international, so it's all over the place. But yeah, I'll be here early. And thank you very much, Miriam, for telling Liz about this. I hope, Liz, if you have any ideas for stories, let me know. Nothing too elaborate, just something random, like today's idea is flat Earth. Cats rule the flat Earth by shoving everything off the edge. The suggestion today comes from Teresa Lily, or Lily, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Okay, so there's Brad and Janet. We got those two in there. And let me just see if I can just do a couple. Give her a little something to that lip. I'll do the same for our Brad guy. Something stronger in those eyes. All right. Okay. So there's our first two panels. Miriam has an idea. Let me pull that up for a second, Miriam. Just give me a sec. An idea on the verge of extinction. All right, I'll write it down, Miriam, and then I'm going to transfer it to the book in a sec. On the verge of extinction. How am I at? 1 minute, or 1 hour and 18 minutes. How do you spell extinction? My brain went mushy. Miriam. Okay, that'll go in the book. So here's our first two panels. So now we need to introduce our third. And that our third character. And so that'll be this cat in an alleyway. Right? Sounds good? Oh, I got a bunch of my phone just lit up. I'm sorry, just let me check this. Yeah, we're all right. Good. Okay. So trying to stay somewhat to some panels here, but we're not, again, I'm not overly worried about that. It's just a sort of loose guideline, because we can clean all that up in edit when we go to Photoshop. So I wrote that down. Thank you very much for that, Miriam. That's a fun one. I'll put it in the book. We've got quite a bit in the book. This is good. This is really good. I appreciate that very much, everybody. There we are. All right. So one of the things I could do is to see how well this turns out. I'm just going to put some patterning in this, the blue color erase pencil, in behind the couple, just to shake it up a little bit. But by making this background a little bit darker, it should push those two characters a little bit forward. There we go. You're welcome, Christopher. Thank you very much. Yeah, this is page 269 that we've done this way since the start of the year. I'm getting close to 500 pages in total like this, but 269 is a pretty fun number. Little bits of business there. Okay, so we need to draw the cat in the alley. There's this fun song, by the way, by Tom Waits. That's called Tommy the Cat, and it's all about an alley cat. It's really funny and silly. Or it's not by Tom Waits. I'm so sorry. It's by Primus. It's about Tom Waits. So, if you get a chance, check that out. All right. Not right now. I'll call you back. There we are. Uh-oh, look out. Jim Luann's at it again. The question of the day: have you ever been bitten by a dog? Or bitten a dog? Yes, and it's complicated. I had a friend who, if in order to teach your pet not to bite you, you bite them right back, which left many a confused expressions on his cat's face. So, to each their own. All right, so now I'm going to put in our third player, which is the cat. So we'll have established all of the elements of our thing. Cats rule the flat earth by shoving everything off the edge. But thank you for that question today. Anybody has answers like that, about that for Jim, please feel free to spit them up like hot fire. Let's get this cat in here. Yeah, tomorrow I will be driving in the afternoon to Toronto. So I will be doing the stream earlier in the day. So if I do it at noon, that will be 9 o'clock for people that are on the Pacific coast of North America. And so I'm just putting in a random cat face here. It'll pull out in a second when I hit it with the white. Miriam says, known both counts, but one dog I had did it to a person that had bad intentions towards you. Then that dog did a good job. That dog did a good job. Yeah, I'm not I've never, I haven't had a dog since my oldest was a baby. I didn't want the dog. I'm not a dog person. I'm a cat person. Hence Corbin and Baby. Corbin, who was sleeping beside me, and Baby, who was sleeping 3 feet that way. Let's not say his name too loud because he will try to walk in front of the camera again. It's the Corbin Show, as far as he's concerned. Very cartoony at this point. I am not a cat person, says Miriam. There you go. Yeah, everybody has their pets that they gravitate towards. I think it's a good thing that you've got that you're a dog person, because it sounds like that dog did a good job protecting you one day. But everybody has their pets. Like everybody has the sort of animals that they more readily associate with. Some people just love all animals, but some people are bird people. They fly their own way. Yeah, I've probably been bit by a dog, but not to my knowledge. Not that I can remember. And I've never bitten a dog. They're too fast. But yeah, this friend of mine biting his dog, or I'm sorry, his cat, it just cracked me right up. Imagine doing that to a dog. What the heck would the dog's face say? Hey, what are you doing? So we're just putting in the front paws here of our cat, and get the black outline on them, make it a little more easy to see. But this is what they're terrified of, is this cat. what I'm playing off on is an old Twilight Zone type idea. There's far more to the cat than just appears. Don't make him mad, Martha. I've got an idea for the bottom part of this page, and it's going to be quite elaborate. It's going to involve flying cars, and it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Okay. So another thing for people is to consider is that Devin Rex is a friend of the stream here, and of many of the folks involved in it. And streaming, Devin has been away moving, and Devin is going to be coming back and doing a stream soon. And there should be an exciting announcement about that very soon. So, Malcolm says, Salty Snack says, Biden's dog keeps biting his Secret Service. Is that right? Is it a care dog? This isn't the American president, 1,000 years old right now. Well, that would be awful to have to deal with that. So I'm using really fine lines for the cat. Right, as opposed to the thick lines for the couple, just because we're trying to play with the idea of the fur. So she's doing a test now. Oh, that's fantastic. That's very exciting. Well, in that case, we'll have to take a look. What are we at? We're at an hour and a half anyhow. This is usually when I have to reevaluate how I'm feeling. Feelings. Whoa, 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 feelings. It changes as they go on making. That's probably what you're seeing right now. I'm going to tighten this up with putting in some weight next. All right, so there's our cat laid out. Carrie says, I never bitten by a dog, never bit a dog, but in 3rd or 4th grade, I put 2 Band-Aids on my forearm and claimed that I had been bitten by a dog as a way to talk to the girl who sat in front of me. She asked to see the injuries, and I said, oh no, they're too gross. So, did you guys get married? Was it meant to be? And that's how I became the president of Arizona. That's where Gary lives, is Arizona. All right, let's put some colors on Mr. Scruffles here. that's turning on or not. Coming at this really lightly. A couple more minutes and then we'll wrap up today. It's very funny, Gary. Did you really do that? Men are silly. The things that men will do to impress. We didn't get married. I didn't think to plan far enough ahead. See, that's where you say to her, if you and I don't get married, I'll die of this dog bite. Don't worry about the specifics at that time. Okay. Gary says, yes, I'm embarrassed to admit it. That's all 100% true. You know, the only cure for rabies is kissing. That's fantastic. That's true. Actually, I was told that. Also, if you go anywhere near a girl's bathing suit, she gets pregnant. Which makes the beach a dangerous place. Something like that. The stories that we come up with as kids that for whatever reason we think is cool. I know a kid that told me he was related to Luke Skywalker. I don't think he was. I didn't think he was at the time. We've all been there. Somehow. Don't be embarrassed. There you go. That's the sneeze. Okay, we're at 134. So, I think I'm going to come in with that. Put some fun elements in here. Making a mess of this. Oh, it's brutal. Should have waited, let it dry. Where's the... I gotta organize my spot better. All right, there's our guy coming out now. Okay, well, it's getting near that time for me, everybody. So, okay, one last time for everybody that wasn't here at the start. Tomorrow, I will be here at 12 EST, Eastern Standard Time, North America. And just doing an earlier stream tomorrow so I can get it in before I have to drive our relatives that are visiting from the Netherlands. to Toronto so they can catch their airplane. So I hope to see people come out and visit at that time, and then we'll be working on whatever page we decide to work on tomorrow. And if anybody has any particular medium, if you go through how I do things on Instagram or Facebook or whatever it is, take a look and see the different approaches that I take to doing these one-page stories. And if there's a certain medium that you want me to work in tomorrow, let me know, and we'll take a shot at that. And that way, in case you have any questions or anything like that, or how do you do this thing, and I'll show you. And then that way, hopefully that helps somebody out in their own creative journey. But yeah, this is feeling good. So the suggestion for today is cats rule the flat earth by shoving everything off the edge. So that's where we got our start. And we've got our core people introduced here. So next up is some of the shenanigans of this cat. You know that once someone shenanigans, they're going to shenanigan. So, and on that note, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.